個城市咧就係滅亡嘅。咁魯特係邊個咧？其實魯特咧就係亞伯拉罕啊，即係伊布拉謙聖人嘅侄嚟嘅。咁咧就喺美索不達米亞咧出世。咁當時咧被上主咧就係派到去兩個地方，一個叫所多瑪，另外一個咧叫俄摩拉嘅地方啊。咁咧就係派佢去咧就帶領嗰啲人咧走翻向正道。咁咧呢兩個地方有咩咁特別咧？咁先講翻啦嚇，美索不達米亞就喺呢個地方啦嚇。咁咧就有一個片咧俾大家睇嘅嚇。唔好意思，因為啱啱攞咗個時，得唔得？
desolate region that was cursed by God because of the sins of the people. before me. Flavius Josephus, the first-century Jewish historian, tells us, there are still the remainders of that divine fire, and the traces of the 5 cities are still to be seen. Popular thought has it that the cities were later covered by the waters of the Dead Sea, but if Josephus could see the cities in his day, then we should be able to view them also, as the water level has, if anything, receded since his time. And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as you go toward Gerar, as far as Gaza, then as you go toward Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim, as far as Lasha.
佢提到咧，除咗頭先我所講嗰兩個地方之後咧，其實喺呢個附近呢一帶咧，總共有5個城市，其實都係咧盛行同性戀嘅。OK。
The biblical description tells us the cities were spread out, forming a line along the Canaanite border, not grouped together in one area, as some may think. Driving along the coastal highway of the Dead Sea in Israel, one can soon see peculiar formations that are of a lighter color than the surrounding terrain. These are the Ashen cities, destroyed by the wrath of God.
喺呢一個咧睇到咧係一啲 Ashen 灰燼嘅城市嚟㗎嚇。
Today there is ash that is of lighter color than the surrounding mountains and terrain. As mentioned in the Bible, this is a desolate area where nothing grows.
咁咧頭先講到嚇，聖經裏面提過呢個地方嚇，咁啊而家變成咧個灰燼，咁佢咧就睇到呢度咧嘅，可能我解釋容易聽下。咁佢睇到呢度咧，其實係一啲建築嘅一啲嘅模像啊。嗱呢啲咧就係嗰啲嘅 building 嚟嘅，灰燼變咗灰燼嘅城市。
Still retain some of the original shapes of man-made structures. This stunning structure stands out as a singular formation with 4 sides, surrounded by a deep moat.
講到咧4 size 啊，4面你見到根本咧係一個建築物嚟嘅嚇，咁但係呢個建築物就好奇怪啦，全部變晒灰燼嘅啦已經。
We move in closer to inspect the unusual features evident on the side of the formation. Side of the structure, this swirling pattern is different from any type of sedimentary rock or soil that would normally contain horizontal, even layers.
咁呢度咧其實嗰條 link 咧，我俾大家或者你可以上網慢慢睇下，因為始終嗰個播得唔係幾好咁嚇。咁另外咧，其實你話咁 Islam 又點講啊？咁其實咧頭先嗰度講到就係，即係喺呢個基督教嘅 Bible 裏邊講咗呢個地方嚇。咁喺古蘭經裏邊咧，其實都有講。咁呢個咧就係頭先想俾你睇翻嘅啫，就係嗰個即係呢啲資料係邊個做出嚟？就係有一個考古學家。咁呢個係一個基督徒嚟㗎。咁佢就好想揾下究竟聖經裏邊所講嘅，即係呢啲咁樣嘅城市咧，係咪真係存在咧？咁於是乎咧，就係喺嗰個死海附近咧，揸車行下就，於是乎就揾到嗰啲地方嚇。咁所以你見到咧嚇，佢就影咗啲相下呢啲咁樣嘅變成灰燼嘅一啲建築群。咁另外咧嚇，我哋都睇下咧，伊斯蘭咧又點講咧？即係呢一個同性戀嘅議題。
God sent messengers to them throughout history and called them to his path. Those people who refused to believe the messengers sent to them, who tried to kill or exile them, were all destroyed. One of these civilizations was found within the borders of the present-day state of Israel. This people who settled by the shores of the Dead Sea were the people of Lut. According to the Quran, homosexuality was so high the prophet Lut had been sent that its light had never been seen before. When their brother Lut said to them, "Will you not do your duty? I am the faithful messenger to you, so keep guard. I do not ask you for any wage for it. My wage is the responsibility of no one but the Lord of all the worlds." Of all beings, do you lie with males, leaving the wives God has created for you? You are a people who have overstepped the limits. When Lut told them to renounce their perversions and brought them God's commands, they denied him, rejected that he was a prophet, and
都唔緊要啦，我兩條片掟上去，我覺得咁樣都會影響大家嗰個討論。咁咧，其實我俾大家睇少少就係佢其實講到咧，就係當時咧佢哋就係突然之間啦嚇，上主咧就係懲罰佢哋。咁咧，但係而喺呢條片裏邊提到嘅點解突然之間會有啲所謂嘅火雨咧嚇，係啲咩嚟嘅咧嚇？咁呢條片就話俾我知，如果從呢個地勢嚟講咧，呢一個地方咧其實就正就係喺呢一個地震區上高嘅，咁亦都係有呢個火山嘅。咁咧就係突然之間咧就係火山爆發，亦都有地震，咁於是乎咧就成個城市咧就係被滅亡咗。咁咧佢都揾到一啲咧就係即係嗰個地方出嚟嚇，咁喺邊度咁？咁其實你發覺咧就係無論喺古蘭經喺聖經咧，其實都有講到呢個咁樣嘅問題嘅。嗱呢度都講到嚇猶太教其實都講到即係亦都係唔容許嘅呢啲。